Hello guys. Welcome to video number 4. Yeah, we'll go 4. Sounds good. We're going to go over making a shank. And this video might run a little long because there is a lot to cover here. So hopefully I can not take up too much of your time. So first I'll start out by saying using the stock shank, nothing wrong with that. You can sand off the full finish on it, the full corn cob, stain it, rusticate it, do whatever you want. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes there's no point reinventing the wheel if you don't want to. Other great way to get shank material, bamboo. I've used that before too. You get it from, you can either get it from Walmart, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. Get a big bunch of it. It's relatively inexpensive, and you'll have enough bamboo to make shanks until your heart is content. And that is a great way to make church warden stems, is to use the bamboo. So anyways, moving on, this is how I make the shanks. Here is what you're going to need, and if somebody has a better way of doing this, let me know. Alright, these are from Ace Hardware, and first I'll say about the hole saws I have here. The thing with the hole saws is that I don't know if you go down to Lowe's or Home Depot if these hole saws are going to be the exact same. So I can't guarantee that. So I'm going to say if you have Ace Hardware and you want to do it this way, purchase the Ace Hardware ones. These are not expensive. I want to say they're like $5-6 a piece. So these are the two hole saws I got. The 3/4 inch, 11/16, and then this is the bit that you put inside of them and tighten down the screw. What size this is, I do not know. I forget. I don't have the package. It's not stamped on there. It is slightly bigger than the stock Missouri Meerschaum draft toe, just slightly. So I don't know if it's like a metric thing, or what, but it's just a little bit bigger. Not that much of a difference you're going to notice. And then this is going to be 11/32, and that is going to be for your pipe stem, or bit as they call it when you're talking about cobs. So that's why I get tripped up sometimes, and I'm sorry because the terminology between like actually working on the briar pipes and then these, and they use kind of like bits, you know, it's a stem and so on and so forth. So how these work is you're going to get a piece of wood, and this is a piece of mahogany, and the nice part is I don't do a whole lot of these coming down on the face because it's going to take you longer to drill, and when you're left with your shank, you're actually end with a lot of end grain when you pull it back out, which takes a little bit more to sand. And because you don't want to glue up a piece that's going to be whatever inch and a half, 2 inches, that's going to be a big block to work with. And these little scraps of even nice wood, people will be usually willing to give to you, or you can find. But you cut it to the length you want it, and then you're going to take it to the drill press, and you're going to put it up on end, like that. Then this one is a 3/4 inch, so you're going to come down, drill through. You'll place, you know, this to make the pilot hole. Don't try to do that without this because this is going to walk all over the place. So do that, and you'll just come down, drill that hole. I usually try to leave this out enough so that the drill bit will pop out on the other side. And with a one like this, you're going to have to kind of come down halfway through, turn it around, and then drill back through to catch the other side. So that is I'm gonna put a drill press only on that, because on those larger ones you are not probably, you know, on a larger one, if you're trying this with a hand drill, you're probably going to come off just a little bit, and when you do that, it's going to look kind of bad. So I'm going to say if you can do this with a hand drill and clamp this into something, not a hand drill, but you know, a normal drill, clamp this into something, I'm going to say you're going to want to stay more of like the stock sizes or something. No shanks longer than this will go through, because that'll keep you from having ones that are kind of a little off when they meet, if that makes sense to you guys. So I'll start that. But here's the thing, before you actually pop this thing out, or even after you drill one side, I put in 11/32 and I drill this hole out bigger, because that 11/32 is about the right size to take the the Missouri Meerschaum pipe stems, or bits as they call them. And you might have to do a little sanding, but it's going to be very, very minimal. If you don't have 11/32, but you do have the hole saws, another option you can do, and I've done it. If you have one of these square type files, you can actually start and just kind of work your way like a pencil sharpener and just kind of twist it around. And because this gets bigger as it goes, you'll actually get the correct size eventually. And it does work good doing it this way with this file. If that's what you got, that's what you got. Like I said, I built quite a few of them doing it that way until I actually went down and found the right size bit, well, at least the one that got me close anyways. So that's how you're going to get your pipe stem. And another thing about these, and I've explained a couple videos how I do this, but I'm trying to make this a little more detailed, so I'm not going to show you how the process, because I think I tried to do that and another one didn't work. You're concerned with what comes out of here, not the actual size of the hole it's making, because these are going to be more about the size. When you go to look at the package, it's going to talk more about the hole it's making, because these are made obviously to drill a hole for something to go in, not necessarily for making pipe stems, in which case you're trying to pull the plug out of it and use it for something. So that's why these measurements might seem a little weird. So keep that in mind. And like I said, if you go somewhere else, I don't know if they're going to match up perfectly. I don't say they won't, but you never know. So these are the two sizes I use. I use 3/4 inch and I use the 11/16. Both work great. You will have to do a little bit of sanding to get them to fit into the pipe itself. You'll have to do a little sanding to get it to fit into the hole, but yeah, you won't have to do you'd have to do some, but hey, in a perfect world, everything would just come out done, right? And then, so this is going to be, this is the 3/4 inch stem. And it's a little large, so when you put your pipe stems in them on these, they do tend to leave a little bit of a ridge if you don't have this one doesn't have a ferrule on it yet. This one I just kind of made up quick for you guys. But even with the Danish style bits, it looks all right. The other thing is on ferrules too. A great way to get a nice classy looking pipe, if it works in your color scheme, is these little compression fittings you get from your hardware store. This one I got from Ace. I go to Ace a lot because it's more of a local thing than a chain. So as a business owner myself, I try to support local guys when I can. Sometimes you can't, and that's just the way it is. But anyways, and then you can always just bring your pipe stem in with you if it's not done. Kind of size them up. You know, this one needs a little sanding to get on there. But yeah, bring that in with you and just kind of go through the bin and see which one fits. That's an easy way to make one too. If you don't want to do the ferrule, this is the pipe I was smoking for the Pipe Smokers for Life Challenge. I've been smoking the crap out of this thing lately, but I didn't do a ferrule on this one. I was experimenting, and I just kind of did a little slash on it, and I thought with the Danish spit, it kind of looks neat. So, yeah. Take a little artistic license there to maybe do something different. But so here's my pipe. Here is my shank I made for this pipe. It is made out of mahogany. It's a little bit longer, kind of a rusticated a little bit. I got some sanding work to do on it. I already kind of sanded the recess. I kind of cheated, made my little recess on the drill press. So, and then that just kind of fits pretty snug in there right now. I do have a little bit of sanding to do up in here and around here to make the transition a little smoother, and it'll go in and it'll clean up that joint a little bit. For the ferrule, all I did was took a Missouri Meerschaum one, fitted it on, and then sanded off all the black paint. So, and then at this point, you know, you can either go with the Danish one or the Danish straight one. But the one I think I might go with is just the stock clear yellow one, or amber color. And I think at this point I'm going to call this done as far as video wise. I have lots of very small things to do with this pipe yet. Like I said, make that transition a little better, a little sanding here, a little buffing here. Which I found out, if you guys don't have a drill press and don't have a way to spin that, this little thing I used in a couple videos back when I was talking about cheap stuff for working on regular stems. If you spray that with lacquer, or if you use shellac, you can actually use this the smooth and then even the shine side. That really shines up that stuff too. So that is that. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, and if you guys have any questions, post them below. Maybe this one will need a Q&A. I'm not sure. It ran a little long, but there was a lot to cover about making the stem. So hopefully, if you had any questions about making them, or want to know how this covered it, if not, let me know, and maybe I will do a Q&A video. But for intents and purposes, little things to do on this, and then I'm gonna put some velvet in there and smoke it up. So this is Badger Piper signing off.